Or for your body, listen to your needs, and let's go ahead and dance. Begin with single hip figure 8 repeaters. So we're just doing half of the figure 8 right now. It's a lying figure 8 on the ground, but we're just doing one side of it. So you're gonna think about scooping your hip back and then forward and in. So back and then forward and in. Keep going. You want to exhale as you scoop that hip forward and in. So exhale, breathe out, use those abs. Breathe out and use those abs. Keep going. Pull that hip back, forward and in, using those abs and breathing steadily. Just a few more on this side, and then we're going to do the other half of the figure 8. We'll switch to the other side now. So pull the hip back, forward and in. And remember to exhale and really use those core muscles to pull that hip back, then forward and in. Almost think about snapping the hip in. So back, forward, and snapping it into the middle. Keep going with this. I'm just showing you different directions, different angles, but you can always stay facing forward even when I switch to the side. For this, but your knees will be softly bent and they're going to move just a little bit as you move your hip back, forward, and in. Now prepare yourself to bring the two sides together and do a full figure 8 now. So both sides, back, forward, and in. And you can take it slower than I'm showing right now if you need to. Just play with this and think about drawing a figure 8 on the ground beneath your hips. Shake it all out, and we're going to move to a new move right now. This is called a Maya. It's a single hip up and down figure 8. So think about drawing like you're tracing a rainbow with your hip. Just on the same side, feel like you're going up and over a rainbow with your hip. And I have other videos that show this more. Your heel is going to lift off the ground as you do this. Your heel lifts and your knee is going to bend and then straighten. Your knee bends and straightens, and that really drives that hip movement up and out to the side and in, up and out to the side and in. Switch sides now, same thing, other side, and go ahead and take it slower than me if you need to. Remember, for this move, your heel is going to lift as you move your hip up and out to the side and back in. Put the two sides together, so you're going to the left and to the right with your rainbows, your rainbow hips. Again, this is called Mayas. It's like you're drawing a figure 8 on the wall in front of you. Use those oblique muscles, feel your core really working, and again, your knees will be bending as your heels lift off the floor for this particular move. Now, feet flat on the floor again, and we go back into the same figure 8s that we did before. Really pull your abs in as you scoop your hip forward, back, and in, forward, back, and in. To change up the move just a little bit. We're going to move into pelvic tucks. So feet nice and wide, and you're going to exhale and lift your pelvic floor as you pull in your low abs and tuck your tailbone under. Really feel this working, hollowing out your belly as you tuck your tailbone under, lifting your pelvic floor and pulling your low abs in and up. knees will be softly bent. It's kind of like a mini squat. Keep breathing with this. Exhale as you lift. Finish up and then back to your figure eights. Same exact figure eight that we did before. Like you're drawing a figure eight on the floor beneath you. Pulling your hip forward and in, forward and in. Using your breath, using your core. Now, hip circles, changing it up. Make sure your feet are nice and wide stance. Keep going with those circles. Keep going and get low. So it's kind of a mini squat and keep circling. Now go the other way with your hip circles, still low in your squat. Back to those figure eights. Same thing we've been doing before. Use those core muscles and keep breathing. Now come on down. We're going to do 8 hip circles in your little mini squat each direction. Use those core muscles to pull things around. Keep going. And switch directions, other way with your hip circles. Breathe steadily. Now, same figure eight move, but this time you're going to push back and in. Back out and in, back out and in, back out and in. Feel this working more your back muscles now and less so your abs. Less your abdominals and more your back muscles are going to be working. Feet are flat on the ground, but your knees are definitely moving. Keep going. I'm just turning so you can get a different angle. Feet are flat on the ground, knees are moving, and feel again like you're pushing your hip back and then in, back and then in. This is, again, like you're tracing a figure eight on the ground beneath you. Almost done. Finish it up. Just a few more. All right, shake out those arms. Your shoulders are probably starting to feel it, get a little bit tired. So now we're really gonna get deep with some pelvic tucks. Exhale as you lift your pelvic floor and pull your low abs in. Really make this intentional and go with the music. Feel the beat. Lift your pelvic floor and pull those abs in as you tuck. Engage that core just a bit as you squat down and alternate your hip circles. So go one direction, switch. Go the other direction, switch. And switch. And switch. Keep going. And last one each direction. Back into those push-back figure eights. So you're lying figure eights. It's like you're tracing a figure eight on the ground beneath you, but you're focusing more on the push back instead of the pull forward. So push back, push back. Keep breathing. Now pull forward figure eights. These are what we started with. Go back to what we started with. Now make the same move, but tiny and super slow. Use that deep core to really make your hip figure eights tiny, tiny, tiny. Pull forward and in, forward and in, forward and in. Keep going. Get deep. Breathe. Use those core muscles. Everything is strong. Everything is engaged. And then shake it all out. We're gonna loosen things up. After all that control, it's time to loosen things up. So hip bump out to the side, same side, and just be really loose here. This should feel good. Now loosey-goosey figure eights, really have fun with these. Just let your knees bend, let your hips move, have fun with this. Hands can be behind your head if you like. And switch it up. Mayas, too slow, then fast, 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 fast. Slow, slow, fast, 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 fast. Loose figure eights. Now we're gonna stretch. So carefully step the one foot behind the other and stretch away from that side. So feel that nice side body stretch. One foot behind the other, stretching along the whole side of your body, breathing deeply. Switch sides. Same side stretch, hand can be on your hip or behind your head. Hip bumps, other side, repeaters, just loosen up, have fun. And the loosey-goosey figure eights. Get ready for those rainbow hips, too slow, and then fast, 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 fast. Too slow, slow, fast, 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 fast. Back to the figure eights. And then just shake it out. One more time, we're gonna do that step behind side stretch. One more time, just have fun with it. Carefully step one foot behind the other and stretch to the side. Hold it for a moment and then you'll switch sides. Come on up to stand. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor, pull the belly button to spine and fold forward. That's what I call a decompression breath. In this forward fold, bend one knee at a time, stretching out the back of the legs. And then bend both of your knees, round yourself up one vertebra at a time, roll your shoulders back, and great job. I hope you had so much fun with that workout. I had so much fun creating